Yeah.
All kind of came full circle, but I'm happy that it's there because it does make it easy to find all your sports. Which I think as we grow in this digital streaming age, sports kind of got left behind at first, and they're catching up. So everybody's wanting their sports on streaming, so it's important to have a place for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say if I know someone with the Roku, I would recommend it.
Yeah. Get it, number 4. So maybe for number question 3, we can get a little bit creative. Kind of, if you want to recommend this to your friend, then you're gonna recommend it, and then it says add a kind of a blurb or like as a like why you recommend it. What would you say to your friends or colleague?
I would say it's great because it puts everything in the palm of your hand, like, or it puts everything in one place. So.
I see. Then then I already heard you like say a lot of times that like incomplete, and if you have all the games there, then do you?
Outside of that, I watch a lot of college football because being from Tallahassee, we have Florida State University here, and they're pretty big. I would go to my phone, which is over here.
So, okay.
And I would basically go to my phone and figure out like what channel.
Or other resources or kind of your phone. Kind of, I want to learn a little bit more about like your current behavior right now.
I think the highlight section would be a slam dunk. I would use it. It would be kind of like Sports Center in a sense. Like a scoreboard, like an interactive scoreboard. That would be my three.
Sounds good. Can you tell us a little bit more about this interactive scoreboard? What do you want there?
Sure. So I don't know if this is something that's possible on the business side, but when I usually resort to, if I can't find the game streaming or if it's not there, and I usually keep track of the score online because I know there's websites out there like DirecTV and the future that kind of shows all the scores going. So some sort of statistical area for all the fanatics that are out there, they can kind of see everything that's happening in real time. Either maybe their game has a timeout or it's in between quarters, so they want to go check on the scores real quick. It's like a state you can go to see it all.
Okay, sounds good. And then you mentioned like this stats, like the standing and stuff. Like while you're watching a game, do you sometimes like where do you kind of like check the scores and stats?
I mean, usually I'll have my phone on my lap. I'm addicted to my devices, but beyond that, like if I'm watching it on ESPN or something, they always have the scrolling sidebar clock that's kind of keeping you up in tune with everything going on. So that's typically what I'm doing.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for that. Okay, next, let me give you a kind of a short survey. So I ask you to do some like reading questions. Okay, I'll send you this link. I'll send a link to the chat. And then feel free to click on the link, and then you can open it up and share your screen so that you can talk through it while you're doing the written questions.
Do you need a PDF one?
I don't need to be asking. Yeah, so feel free to take this survey, and then as you do the rating, like after you maybe do one question, you can tell us a little bit more about like, why you pick that. Mhm. So let's see. You can finish it first.
But yeah, I should ask, do you want me to go question by question or?
Sure, now. Yes.
Yeah, how are you? Yeah.
Mhm.
So with one, the sports one, yeah, I changed it, you saw it with three, I changed it to a four because I guess like one of the biggest gripes was not all the games were there, but I feel like that's kind of unfair. So that doesn't really have to do with the app. I think it's a good app where it is. It is easy to use, so I give it a 4. I think the only thing that's missing is just maybe some of the stats and like having that sort of red zone, if you will, where all the games and all the scores are listed.
Mm-hmm. Red zone. Okay. Yeah, we can go to this question if you're ready.
So I chose 3 of the options. Most of my feelings are delightful and happiness. Confused, just at first getting the handle of it. My sports weren't necessarily listed up front, so I did have to put a little more brain power behind it. But we got through that. Personalization may help there.
Yeah. Now, what are you delighted or happy about there?
That it exists. I think it is a good feature, and I guess I didn't even realize it, but me using the voice to search was bringing me 2 games within the Sports Center, so it all kind of came full circle. But I'm happy that it's there because it does make it easy to find all your sports. Which I think as we grow in this digital streaming age, sports kind of got left behind at first, and they're catching up. So everybody's wanting their sports on streaming, so it's important to have a place for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say if I go someone with the Roku, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
That it's there because it does make it easy to find all your sports. Which I think as we grow in this digital streaming age, sports kind of got left behind at first, and they're catching up. So everybody's wanting their sports on streaming, so it's important to have a place for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say if I know someone with the Roku, I would recommend it.
Yeah, number 4. So maybe for number question 3, we can get a little bit creative. Kind of, if you want to recommend this to your friend, then you're gonna recommend it, and then just add a kind of a blurb or like why you recommend it. What would you say to your friend or colleague?
I would say it's great because it puts everything in the palm of your hand, or it puts everything in one place. So.
I see. Then I already heard you say a lot of times that if you incomplete, and if you have all the games there, then do you feel like you like to use it more, or what's your thoughts on that?
I would be more inclined to use it if I had confidence that the catalog was fuller, just because it's the first thing that pops up when the Roku turns on. So it's just very easy. You go to sports, pick your category, find your game. So.
Yeah, you mentioned the first thing pop out when you turn the Roku on. What does that mean?
I guess it's on the homepage. I can access it through the bar on the left, or easily accessible.
I think easily accessible. Okay. That's it. And go to question number 4.
I would say overall, I'm very satisfied with it. Outside of my recommendations from earlier, I would say I learned a little bit as we did this, so I feel like that was helpful.
Yeah. What exactly have you learned here?
Really how to navigate it more. Because initially I just used the voice search,
Mhm.
so I got a little frustrated at first, but figuring out where everything was, it all kind of fell into place.
Okay. Thank you. You can click this. You can click this submit, so I can have the data. Awesome. Okay. We can go back to the TV screen again. Let's see. So we can switch gears a little bit. So right now we're kind of still building up this concept, kind of curating, as you mentioned, personalized, making like the content personalized for you, right? And there are like 3 things we're like considering, or right now is like, because for sports there are kind of leagues, teams, or like countries, right? What are things that you would be interested for favorite or kind of like, so that we can curate the content to you. So we have leagues, team, and countries. What are some things you
So
care?
leagues, teams, and countries. I would say NHL,
NHL.
NFL,
Mhm.
and then PGA golf.
Okay. That's good.
And then countries, Canada and America.
Mhm. Okay. That's good. So, and then next, is related to like you mentioned you watch hockey, football, and then during those off seasons, like what do you do at those times, like when there are no hockeys or footballs on?
Typically there's usually some. something to watch. Like if there's no football or hockey, I'll usually fill the golf and tennis.
Mm. Okay, watch golf and tennis. Do you watch kind of for golf tennis? Do you watch live games or what are those contents you watch typically?
Typically, a lot of times it's going to be highlights and maybe replays, just because the timing. I'm usually either at work or not watching it while it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then where's currently thinking about like having this highlights section built into this sports zone, right? Then if we have those in the future, would you be interested to come here to watch it, or you'd rather watch it on other resources or kind of your phone? I want to learn a little bit more about like your current behavior right now.
I think the highlight section would be a slam dunk. I would use it. It would be kind of like Sports Center in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I would use that if it were available.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for that. So far we have talked a little bit about like
just because the timing. I'm usually either at work or not watching it while it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then we're currently thinking about like having this highlights section built into this sports zone, right? Then if we have those in the future, would you be interested to come here to watch it, or you'd rather watch it on other resources or kind of your phone? I want to learn a little bit more about like your current behavior right now.
I think the highlight section would be a slam dunk. I would use it. It would be kind of like Sports Center in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I would use that if it were available.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for that. So far we have talked a little bit about like favorite, personalization, your teams. Next, I would like to learn a little bit about like your mobile devices. Like, do you mentioned it about like you check the scores on your phone? You said that. What are some activities do you do on your mobile for sports?
Outside of reading articles and checking scores, that's pretty much the extent of it. If I get I've had weird situations where the ESPN app on Roku wouldn't play a particular game, but the ESPN website on my phone would.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I've used my phone to watch, but I rarely use my phone to watch. It's usually just for sports.
Mm. Okay. And then you mentioned a little bit more about like ESPN app on Roku didn't play, and then you just go to your ESPN app to play it. Have you like after that is that kind of very frequent situation or it just happens? Like,
No, it was a really weird situation. It's probably not good data because I wouldn't say that it was common.
Mhm.
I think what had happened was my internet provider was I guess Comcast was coming in and out of a different location that was considered blackout, but my phone circumventing the internet and they can get to it. It was weird.
I see. Okay, that's good. Then you mentioned this ESPN app. Are there any other mobile apps you're using right now related to sports?
No.
Okay, so only ESPN app. Then as a kind of a summary, can you tell us a little bit more about like what role does mobile play when it comes to sports in this kind of overall streaming picture?
It's my companion.
Is your companion?
Yeah, so it's kind of like my companion app. So basically, if I'm watching a game but I want to check in on another game, or I want to get a score or an update real quick, I usually use my phone.
Mm. You mentioned watch another game, so it's like sounds like you're multitasking, watching two games at the same time.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense because you mentioned this red zone, so you really kind of assume there's some like multitasking for you there. Yeah. That sounds good. So for your mobile app, do you have any pain points at this time?
No.
Sounds good. Yeah. In terms of this red zone, actually, I'm interested to learn more about it. So can you show us like the red zone you just mentioned that kind of walk us through
Yeah, I don't know if I'll have access to the red zone itself because it's through DirecTV and it's part of their like NFL package. The actual red zone itself, what it is, it's any football game that's going on where like the opposing team or any team is in the end zone. So if they're like close to scoring a touchdown, it'll show all of those games and you can pick which one you want to watch. So it just kind of keeps you in the action. So if you're not watching anything in particular, it just keeps you kind of in the action. Another thing that they have, which I might be able to find a screenshot online, I can try to share my screen. But once again, it's for their subscribers who don't currently subscribe to the NFL ticket. But they'll have like all the scores and stats in one area.
Yeah, I noticed I have catch up on it a little bit before. It's like from what I feel, it's like a screen, sometimes like 4 screens, and they have different games playing, or like a pretty quick shuffle between different teams.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the older TVs, they used to have picture in picture.
Right.
You know, like a little screen in the corner. It's kind of like that.
So you seems like you really like that, like a lot of games happening, so that you can keep updated on what's on there.
Yeah. So that would look like it, I guess, through the app, if there was a way to kind of, if it was available to watch and it was through an app that the client or the user had, and there's a way to embed video into instead of just showing the teams, showing kind of like the gameplay as it's going on, that way to kind of get a preview and skip around.
I see. And then is that for football, NFL, like kind of content, or do you also like for other sports too, like hockey stuff?
Yeah, it could pretty much apply to most all of the team sports at least.
Thanks for sharing that. Okay. For my teams, if you have any questions, feel free to send it to the channel, and then I will ask to take some final questions. So, Jade, thank you so much for the feedback. I feel like I really learned a lot. So, if I give you kind of a magic wand, how would you create this experience? Like, what are some changes you'd like to make to our sports zone?
Yeah. So if
we can go back to the screen, so maybe you can talk through it, and then they can see it.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, if I were to create this from scratch, like my perfect sports zone right now, these categories I would probably have on top, just as a header. So if I didn't want to look at basketball, I can go there right away. But yeah, I would probably put the categories on top. I would have a highlights section, maybe sports news section, and then like current scores, like we talked about, and then personalized content.
And so maybe you can talk through it and then they can see it.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, if I were to create this from scratch, like my perfect sports zone right now, these categories I would probably have on top, just as a header. So if I didn't want to look at basketball, I could go there right away. But yeah, I would probably put categories on top. I would have a highlights section, maybe sports news section, and then like current scores, like we talked about, and then personalized content.
Mhm.
And that would be a winner for me.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Okay. Sounds like first you would like to those big categories on the top. I see.
Mhm.
Let me take some notes here. So you don't use the do you still use the table right now? I'm sorry if I missed this part.
I have like DirecTV, their streaming service, but I don't use traditional satellite or cable.
Another question is related to kind of like we are thinking about this as a journey, right? Kind of you come to the game, you search for a game, you watch the game. Like after you watch the game, what do you typically do?
At that point, clean up the house and get ready for bed. Yeah. If I'm still into watching TV, I probably, I don't know, go to Netflix or Hulu or something.
Yeah.
Watch whatever program we're going to make.
Okay. Okay. Let me do a final check-in with my team to see if they have more questions. So for our agenda today, okay, we will do a quick